Good morning, class. Today, 8th of January 2021. I welcome you all on my English online class. I hope you all must be very safe and very much be pleasant weather. You are enjoying that weather. So, with the day start, let's start the chapter, that is chapter number 10, The Beggar. Okay, this is a very interesting story, The Beggar. So before we proceed to the chapter, let's have an introduction part, right? The Beggar, lesson number 10 of your book, that is Moments, notes the meanings and difficult words. While when we are explaining to you, you should be very much particular that what are the difficult words and their meanings. If you have any query, any doubt, you can ask me or call me, right? So let's start its introduction. Introduction of the chapter. Introduction of the chapter, that is The Beggar. The Beggar is the story of the transformation of a beggar. Listen to me carefully. Transformation of a beggar into a good person. Okay, beggar transformation into a good one, good person. Right? Good person. So here the story deals with that how a beggar convert or changed into a good person. The behavior of a woman, the behavior of a woman made him leave alcohol and lead a very good life. So a woman made the beggar into a good person. This is the introduction of the story. Or we can say this is a short, simple way I can say that how the beggar changed his life into a good human being or a good person. And for this, a woman or a lady played a very important role. This is there in this chapter. Okay. Now we proceed it. Okay. What is there? So for that, I request Harishri Dave to please read it. Please read loudly so that your voice should be recorded. Your voice should be recorded. Recording should be given to your classroom. So please read loudly. Lesson number 10, The Beggar. Then I will explain. What induced the beggar,
Okay,
Dashkov, to change his ways? Now let's read and find out. Harishri Dave.
yes, ma'am. Whole chapter starting from starting.
I will tell you at that time you just stop. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Kind sir, have pity. Turn your attention to a poor, hungry man. For 3 days I have had nothing to eat. I haven't 5 kopecks for a lodging. I swear it before God. For 8 years, I was a village school teacher, and then I lost my place through intrigues. I fell a victim to calumny. It is a year now since I have had anything to do.
That's it.
The
That's it.
advocate,
Harishri, that much. Thank you so much. Now here, Copex. The word is written here, Copex, isn't it? Copecks. This word is there. The meaning of this word, it is a Russian coin, okay, which is equal to 1. Its value is 1, okay. Then 100, not only single one, this is 100 ruble. Its value is 100 ruble according to the Russian one. A man here in the starting, the story, the author says that a man was begging alms. Okay, वो भीख मांग रहा था. A man is there. He was begging alms. वो भीख मांग रहा था. He said that he had not eaten anything for the last 3 days. How many days? 3 days, right? begging alms, and he was saying that he hadn't eaten anything for last 3 days, right? Then he didn't even have 5 kopecks to pay for a room to spend the night. Okay, उसका ये कहना था कि उसके पास में 5 kopecks भी नहीं है कि वो रात किसी जगह स्पेंड कर सके या रेंट पर रह सके. उसके पास इतना मनी भी नहीं है. So we can imagine that in Russia, if someone want to live in some rented house, he or she must have to give at least 5 kopecks. Then he or she will get anything. Otherwise, it is not possible there. Okay. So, according to that beggar, he's telling that he didn't have even 5 kopecks to pay for a room to spend the night. Right? He swore by God that he spoke the truth. He swore it that whatever he is saying, that is truth. वो कसम खाता भगवान की और कहता है कि जो मैं कह रहा हूं वो सच है. Right? He had been a school teacher in a village for 8 years. Now here about beggars is there that he is telling that he had been a school teacher, right? He had been a school teacher for 8 years in a village for 8 years. उसने ये बताया कि वो 8 साल, ठीक है ना, से एक गांव में एक स्कूल टीचर था. But he lost that job. Reason is due to some conspiracy of his colleagues. Some conspiracy. The colleagues made some conspiracy. षड्यंत्र किया उसके colleagues ने, धोखाधड़ी की, cheating की और उसे शायद जॉब से निकाल दिया. For the last 1 year, he was without work. 1 साल से उसके पास कोई काम नहीं. जब उसके पास कोई काम ही नहीं था, न रहने के लिए घर, न खाने के लिए कुछ चीज, तो obviously उसकी कंडीशन beggar जैसी थी. Isn't it? Now, next paragraph we will move. Now I will request Aditi Ladda to read that one, second paragraph.
Yes, ma'am. The advocate Shahji looked at the ragged, fawn-colored overcoat of the supplicant, at his dull, drunken eyes, at the red spot on either cheek, and it seemed to him as if he had seen this man somewhere before.
Continue. What happened, Aditi? Continue.
Yes, ma'am. I have now had an offer of a position in the province of Kaluga. The merchant went on, but I haven't the money to get there. Help me kindly. I am ashamed to ask, but I am obliged to by circumstances.
Okay, thank you so much. So in these 2 paragraphs, the author is saying that an advocate named Sergei. Okay, this is also very important character. Sergei, right? An important character called Sergei. Sergei. Okay, ये ध्यान रखिएगा. So an advocate, he is an advocate. ठीक है. So an advocate named Sergei looked at the light brown color coat of the beggar. He has looked at that beggar and he had light brown color coat of the beggar. He saw the beggar had dull, drunken eyes, isn't it? His eyes is very much dull. It looked a drunken one. There were red spots on both his cheeks. Okay, there were red spots on both his cheeks. Sergey felt that he had seen the man before. जैसे ही एडवोकेट ने उस बेगर को देखा, उसके माइंड में एक बात स्ट्राइक की। उसने उस बेगर को कहीं ना कहीं देखा है। ओके, उसे ये लगा कि उसने कहीं ना कहीं इस बेगर को देखा है, राइट? नाउ प्रोसीडिंग टू द नेक्स्ट पैराग्राफ, आई विल रीड इट. Sergey's eyes fell on the man's overshoes, one of which was high and the other one is low. And he suddenly remembered something. Look here, it seems to me I met you the day before yesterday in Savode Street. He said, but you told me then that you were a student who had been expelled and not a village school teacher. Do you remember? No, that can't be so, mumbled the beggar, taken aback. I am a village school teacher, and if you like, I can show you my papers. Have done with lying. You called yourself a student and even told me what you had been expelled for. Don't you remember? Sergey flushed and turned from the rat creature with an expression of disgust. So here, the beggar continued that he had got an offer of a job and he is there, and Sergey want to know that, he want to identify, वो उसको पहचानने की कोशिश कर रहा था. तो Sergey saw his overshoes, उसने देखा shoes को, one was looking very high, other one was very low one. Suddenly he remembers something, उसे कुछ याद आया Sergey. He just looked at it before. He saw him in the Sarvodaya street and he told that you were a student who had been expelled. Expelled मतलब कि जिसे निकाल दिया जाता है स्कूल से. कुछ इलीगल काम, कुछ गलत काम, कुछ भी चीज किया जाता है तो उसे एक्सपेल्ड कर दिया जाता है, स्कूल से टर्मिनेट किया जाता है. तो सर्जी ने उसको इस तरह से आइडेंटिफाई किया कि तुम्हें स्कूल से निकाल दिया जाता है. तो द बेगर इमीडिएटली सेड दैट नो, आई एम ए स्कूल टीचर. ओके, वो बताता कि मैं तो एक विलेज में स्कूल टीचर. डू यू रिमेम्बर? क्या तुम जानते हो? He mumbled the beggar, said, taken aback, I'm a village teacher. He just again want to convince that, but सर्जी को याद आता कि कुछ ना कुछ इंसिडेंट इसके साथ हुआ था, मुझे क्यों याद नहीं हो रहा है, मुझे लग रहा है कि कुछ समथिंग इज देयर एंड ही इज ट्राइंग टू मिसप्लेस दैट वन, और उसे मिसगाइड कर रहा है नहीं बोल के, बट समथिंग इज देयर जो उसको करेक्टली नहीं पॉसिबल विजिबल नहीं हो रहा है. सर्जी को वो नहीं समझ पा रहा है कि मैंने इस पर्सन को देखा, इसका रिलेटेड किस न किस टाइम में ऐसा कुछ हुआ था इंसिडेंट. बट द बेगर इग्नोर इट, डिनाइड इट. वो मना करता है कि ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं हुआ है. वो एक गांव में एक स्कूल टीचर था और उसने वहां वर्क किया लाइक दैट. तो he maybe happened that Sergey want to insist him and telling that it is there, but both of them have this there. बट जब हमारे साथ भी जब भी ऐसा इंसिडेंट होता है, किसी को पहचानते हैं तो उसका कुछ पर्टिकुलर इंसिडेंट याद रखते हैं जो हमारे माइंड में स्ट्राइक करता है उस समय, एज वी से दैट, जैसे हम उन्हें देखते हैं. मे भी हो सकता है कि वो आगे वाला पर्सन उस इंसिडेंट को भूल चुका है, बट हम नहीं भूल पाते क्योंकि हमें वो पर्टिकुलर इंसिडेंट बहुत अच्छी तरह से याद होती है. तो सेम थिंग इज हियर दैट Sergey want to try to recollect those memories, and at the same time the beggar told that he is only a school teacher in a village. Okay, so this is there in today's class. I hope the first page of your chapter, that is the Beggar lesson number 10, is completed. Tomorrow we proceed to the next page. I hope whatever I have discussed, it must be clear.